It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. We mean Anayatano watching and Desmond or Crocodile. So this is the Starboy feeding, and we are about to talk about the International Maritime Defense Exhibition and Conference. And we have personnel from the Ghana Navy Service this morning in the studio, and it's a privilege to introduce them. But then I'll be biased. I'll start with the lady first. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, and good morning to your viewers. I'm Lieutenant Commander Dorothy Osei Anaso, the coordinator for the International Maritime Defense Exhibition and Conference.
Okay, and the gentleman?
I am Lieutenant Commander Kofi Amponsandiudu. I'm the Naval Assistant to the Chief of the Naval Staff, so kind of secretary, sort of, yeah.
Oh, yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Raj. And I asked this off air, but I'm still going to ask, are you mandated to wear white throughout? And is this your only uniform?
No, we are not mandated to wear white throughout. This is one of our many uniforms. We have quite a number of uniforms: blue, black, mix, several, and each occasion demands a uniform. Okay. And since we are coming here, we decided to wear
the white one, and that is a privilege to wear the white one. Okay, before we talk about the exhibition and the conference, give us a brief history about the Ghana Navy Service, what they do, their role, and their objectives.
Okay, so since the days of colonialism, since that time, the British formed some sort of a defense team that would make sure their interests in the region were protected. Fast forward, when we gained independence, the nucleus of that body started to form the core of the Navy. Okay. And all the Navy seeks to do is to make sure that seaborne trade is safe and secure. We also make sure that we protect Ghana from any external aggression by sea. Okay. We also help with internal security matters. So if there is any, like the conflict in Boko, we have people there. Though we are at sea, we still have support to those things. We help in humanitarian activities. There's flooding, we are there. There is search and rescue, somebody's lost at sea, we are there. Okay. So our jobs, we have military functions and civil functions. So when we are not at war, we have things we do. Make sure your fishes are safe. Make
sure blue economy.
Blue economy is well protected, because without security and safety, there cannot be any blue economy. So we make sure that there is peace at sea, so that you can have businesses thrive. You can have things you import from US, China, wherever, come to you safely. Exactly.
But where exactly are you based?
We have about 4 bases. We have the headquarters in Accra. We have where our ships mainly are is the Western Naval Command. Okay. We have a command in the east, that's Tema. We have a training command in the Volta region. Okay. And we also have a logistics command in the western region. Okay, wow.
Before we touch about the exhibition, finally, let's talk a bit about some of the challenges you face being in the blue economy. What are some of the things that come your way? Okay.
So, as you may be aware, the ocean is huge. Yeah. And the jurisdiction of the Ghana Navy, it's about 2/3 of the land size of Ghana, the coverage of the sea area we protect. Okay. And as you may be aware, the sea is joined. Whatever happens in one part of the ocean from another country kind of can have ripple effects into yours. So whatever challenges that we have are shared. So we have piracy occurring in the sub-region, but then you have the repercussions happening on. So your ship may be out at sea, pirates can abduct the crew on the ship, maybe not in your waters, from elsewhere, and send them to a different country. Okay. You have illegal, unregulated, unreported fishing, where people use bad practices to fish at sea, which depletes the fish stock. Yeah. We have poaching. Other nationals will bring their vessels, lurk around the boundary at sea to come and steal fish and go away with it. You have drug smuggling. A lot of times you have drugs transiting from Southern America through the western coast of Africa. Then they go by land towards Europe, and then America. So you have a convoluted mix of issues that you have at sea.
Wow, so they are actually, the ocean or the sea is actually demarcated. And everyone has to be in their lane. Because if one fishes from the other is coming to yours and someone is fishing in yours.
So we don't have physical boundaries like we have on land.
Okay.
But we have maps that show
that this
the
is yours. Okay,
are.
okay. Wow.
If you recall, I think there was a dispute between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. There's no boundary, but there is an imaginary line that we purport or we seek to be the delineating line between countries.
Yeah.
So on map we know it. When we are at sea we know it. But then you would never see
like how you.
But the issue is that the fishes and all those people don't know any boundaries.
Exactly.
That is why you have to work together as others to make sure that whilst you are working at protecting your part of the sea, they also do the same. Because if you protect yours, they may end up migrating to their waters. And the things they didn't do, you would rather end up having the side effects of whatever bad practices that happen there.
Okay. It'll be good, maybe some other time I and my co-host can just come to your base and we'll learn a thing or two.
Sure.
What do you think? Okay.
We can take you out at sea.
Okay. So let's talk about this exhibition and conference. Is this the first time, and what is the main purpose of this exhibition and conference?
So the International Maritime Defense Exhibition and Conference 2023 is the third edition of this conference.
Okay.
The very first one coincided with our 60th anniversary in 2019. And then in 2021, we had the second edition. What the conference and exhibition seeks to do is to bring together chiefs of navies, heads of maritime institutions, all stakeholders within the maritime sector come together, discuss issues of importance relating to the maritime sector. We also bring together solution providers. They bring in cutting-edge technologies to help us protect or secure the waters more effectively.
Okay.
So that is what this conference and exhibition seeks to
achieve. Okay, that's good. But this is the third one.
This is the third time.
From the first to the second, some of the things you were seeking to do, you were hoping to achieve. Have you been able to achieve all those things?
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
So, you know, most often when we have these conferences, is done by the big powers, US, UK, France, because they have the resources to do it. But then we also, a small voice in our region, we seek to project the agenda of the region. We need to have conversations that matter to us. So within the past 2 editions, what we've discussed, some of the things that we discussed were the need for us to work together to have something like a combined maritime task force. In the 2019 there was a sideline meeting between the chiefs of navies within the region, and then they agreed to have a task force. So we realized that not all the countries are equal in terms of resources. So those who have the means would help those who don't.
Okay.
So with the task force, it's complementary. So Ghana and Togo can decide to have joint patrol. So if my ship is on duty, I can extend into Togo's waters to help patrol their waters. If Nigeria is on duty, Nigeria can go as far as to Senegal, wherever. So that's what we are seeking to do.
Okay.
Also, from 2010 to just about 2020, there was a hike in piracy incidents in the region. And realized that there was a need to work more closely together. So what was proposed was something like a maritime corridor, where we kind of have an imaginary route at sea, where ships transiting the Gulf of Guinea will use. These are all conversations that have been had in the past that are being implemented. But the task force is almost at a point where it will be fruitful. What is significant about this year's IMDEC is that some of the conversations that happened in the past has culminated in the adoption of the National Integrated Maritime Strategy. And the president is going to launch that at the event. So Ghana hitherto did not have an overarching document that kind of brought all sectors of the economy at sea together. This National Integrated Maritime Strategy seeks to do that. And the president will launch that at this third edition of the IMDEC.
Yeah.
So these are some of the wins that have color. And one other thing too is that we at sea, we talk, we visit conferences, but we never had the chance to interact.
Okay.
So such conferences make us see our partners also. So imagine I need something from my colleague in Cape Verde. Now we've met, we have some relationship.
Okay.
So when I pick the phone, I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Or I have some understanding on how we work together, standard operating procedures. So these conferences enable us to kind of strengthen these partnerships and collaborations. Yeah.
You mentioned regions. Highlight more on that. Regions within like the 16 regions in Ghana, or regions on the how should I say it? The countries around us. So let's say Togo, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, and you mentioned other ones. So is it those regions that come together?
Okay, let me give it a shot and then I'll let my. So you know, right from Senegal down to Angola, that part measuring about 6,000 kilometers is known as the Gulf of Guinea.
Yeah.
So this Gulf of Guinea region has about 25 countries within the region. So in 2013, the heads of states within this region came together to chart a new path that could ensure that we all benefit from the resources at sea. You know, the ocean is worth over $3 trillion and forms about 5% of the global GDP. So how can we as coastal states in this region get the best out of this? So the heads of states came together.
Okay.
And something called the Yaoundé Architecture for Maritime Security was adopted at the time. So these countries form that region we are talking about.
Okay.
You go to the Gulf of Aden region, you have Gulf of Mexico. So the sea may have certain groupings for specific uses or for specific purposes.
Okay.
So the Gulf of Guinea region has been carved to help with doing things together for the common good of that enclave, so to speak. Now,
we understand that. So when is it happening?
It's beginning today.
Okay.
With
28.
Okay. That's just the icebreaker. The chief of the naval staff will host the dignitaries to a dinner today. Then the conference and exhibition itself will begin tomorrow morning and end on Wednesday evening.
8:30.
8:30.
The president will be there. Time is of the essence, so we're emphasizing the time. 8:30.
8:30.
Yes. So 8:30 sharp we start. So all who have been invited need to be there and ready to go at 8:30.
It's not come. Oh, okay. It's not open to the public.
No, it's not.
Strictly by invitation.
It is, but we have invited all stakeholders in the maritime industry. Everybody who has something to do with the maritime sector has been invited, including the media. We have a special media wall.
And if you feel you are supposed to be there and you're not there yet, you can call us on 0244 333 904. 0244 333 904, and we'll make sure you get your invite to the event.
Thank you very much. Before we wrap up, any other thing you want to touch on that we didn't touch on that you want to say?
Yes, that's the names. The National Integrated Maritime Strategy. It's important that we highlight it because we believe that with the launch of the names, a lot of things in our maritime sector will change. If you go elsewhere in the world, the sea forms part of the breadbasket of the country. But in Ghana, you go to our shores and our buildings are facing landward instead of seaward. You go to most places in the world, the seashores have the most expensive properties, but most of our seashores have turned into KVIPs. And these things need to change because of awareness. So this document seeks to bring all the over 20 agencies within the maritime sector together to chart a common course, and it will be launched during the event. So we hope that we'll all get a copy of it afterwards, you as a media, interrogate it so that we help implement it for our common good.
Thank you very much for the education this morning and also telling us more about the International Maritime Defense Exhibition and Conference. That will be happening from today, 28th through to 30th. That's Wednesday. So all stakeholders, all individuals that have been invited should get there on time. Tomorrow.
29th is the opening ceremony.
Is the opening ceremony.
At 8:30.
8:30. 8:30. No Ghana man time.
No. 8:30 sharp.
They don't joke, so just get there on time. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you.
Thanks for having us.